or what their ideology is, what their ultimate goals and intentions are, why can we not embrace and delist the NDK when we know what their ambitions and their goals and what they speak to? Number two, to be listed as a terrorist organization, it must be established that the organization poses a real terrorist threat to this country and its citizens. To the contrary, the NEK has worked in support of our efforts to combat terrorism and the malignant government in Iran. We all know what they've done. Much of the information and intelligence that we've learned about the radical Islam in that region, much of the information we have about their nuclear capabilities and their buildup has come from the NEK. There has been no evidence to the contrary. There's been no evidence to suggest that their interests, their goals, and their ambitions are bringing terrorist activity directed toward this country and our citizens. So basically, the reason you would delist the NEK is because the law requires you to do so. If that's what the law says, there's no evidence to the contrary, if there's no evidence supporting it, then the law, as a nation of laws, the rule of law, dictates to our president that they be delisted. If President Obama is committed to supporting democratic opposition in the Middle East and North Africa, if President Obama is committed to, and hopefully, and he certainly is, reducing and then eliminating the threats and instability supported by the terrorist state of Iran, and if President Obama believes America's credibility is at stake, we did make a promise and we should keep it, and that our word is our bond, not just with the residents of Camp Ashraf, but the world generally, and that the law must be followed, and the President should lift the designation of the NEK as a terrorist organization because it is in America's best interest to do so.
Thank you, Professor Cantor. To my distinguished group of colleagues, I want to say it's an honor for me to join all of you once again on this important human rights issue. I personally believe the reason NEK is still listed as a terrorist organization is that our policy in the past has been one of appeasement. Please, we know you're our enemy. We know you're contrary to everything we stand for. But if you'll just make a few less IEDs, kill a few less American soldiers, we'll list your main opponent, the NEK, as a terrorist organization. But here's the problem with that. They're not stopping. They're not honoring their agreement. And they're still out there manufacturing IEDs right as we speak to ship and export throughout the Middle East to kill Americans. NEK is the biggest threat to the Iranian mullahs. If the Iranian mullahs are manufacturing at their orders and through their exporting systematic destabilization, systematic support for sponsor of terrorism, systematic fundamentalism,